Yeah.
Okay, Mom. Tell me a little bit about your name. How did your parents come up with your name? Is there a meaning behind it? And do you like your name? Or if you don't like your name, what other name would you like?
When I was a child, no, I did not like my name. Because everybody else could not pronounce it. My
Yeah.
brothers couldn't pronounce it. But actually, Mom and Dad gave me the name partly because of two reasons. My grandmother's name is Bertha, which with a B-E-R, and they wanted to combine that in there,
Mm-hmm.
which I've never seen her because she passed away when my dad was 2.5. The other is my dad and his first wife kind of took a little girl in when her mom, I guess, kind of got in jail or something,
Mm-hmm.
and her name was Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad always said if he ever had a little girl, that would be her name. And so, of course, him and his first wife got a divorce, and then he told Mom, he said, if we ever have a girl, I want it named Bernice. So that's kind of how I got my name.
Yeah.
But as far as now, I love my name because there's not that many people that
Yeah.
have that name. It's kind of an uncommon name. But when I was a kid in school, kids would make fun of my name. They'd call me Burn Ice or Burnt Ice or, you know. Like I said, my brothers couldn't even pronounce my name.
Yeah.
But I love my name now.
If whenever you were a kid, was there a name that you wish that your name was?
Yeah.
What was it?
Lizzie. I don't know
Lizzie?
why. There was a little story that we had books in second grade.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the child just kind of reminded me who I was like.
Yeah.
As far as, because she liked to grow things and pick flowers and run in fields and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I always thought I would like to have that name Lizzie. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but that's the only one.
You said about Grandpa, his first marriage. I never knew he was married before.
Yeah, her name was Mary, actually.
Yeah. How long were they married for?
About 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, he married her right out of service
Yeah.
when he come out in 45. And then they were married about 5 years, and then he met my mom, which he hadn't actually known my mom for years because my dad worked for my granddad before he went into service.
Oh, okay.
With their cattle. He raised horses, race horses, on my mom's side.
Yeah.
So he actually grew up with all those, I mean, he knew all those kids.
Yeah.
And I guess after him and Mary got a divorce, there's 21 years difference in my mom
Mm-hmm.
and my dad's age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
21 years, yeah.
Yeah, also. I never realized that.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question. If you could time travel, would you go forward or backward in time, and why?
I think I'd like to go backwards.
Okay.
I would love to, like, know where my great-grandparents were from
Yeah.
and how they got here. Well, I have found on the internet where my granddad is actually, he's Irish and Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I'd like to go back there, and I'd like to be able to, like, see my real grandmother.
Yeah.
Because I think I look a lot like her. And my Aunt Lee and Uncle Dave said that even when I was growing up, they said that's Bertha all over again. So I would like to be
Yeah.
able to just sit down. I think that would just be awesome to be
Yeah.
able to sit down and talk to her.
Yeah.
You know, I think that would that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
You know? I've often wondered about her, you know,
Yeah.
and what she probably went through to have my dad because she was so sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and how she survived and
Yeah.
for so long because they said it was very unusual for somebody to survive with
Yeah.
TB, and they didn't find out until she was pregnant with Dad,
Wow.
2 or 3 months pregnant, I guess,
Yeah.
that she had TB, and Dad not be affected,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's amazing
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they went through, you know. And that kind of makes me think of now what's going on here now.
Yeah.
You know?
Is there anything you'd want to see in the future at all, or not really?
Yeah.
What?
I like to see my great-grandkids, my grandkids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, grown, married.
Yeah.
You know, them happy.
Yeah.
I want them all to be happy.
Yeah.
So, You know,
Yeah.
I guess that would be as far as time ahead.
Yeah.
Not too much travel or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or not for that fast speed.
Yeah. Okay. My next question: if is there someone famous or along those lines that from the past or present that's either dead or alive that you would like to have dinner with?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Why?
He's just always intrigued me. Some of the things he did as far as racial
Mm-hmm.
issues, and that's one thing I wish that could heal in this country
Yeah.
is the racial issues. Because my second daughter is named after my black girlfriend that
Yeah.
I spent years in school with.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in the 60s, you know, the racial thing was going on here,
Yeah.
and we would wait because we were already friends
Mm-hmm.
when all this started breaking loose back in the 60s. And my dad would send me over to their house
Mm-hmm.
after dark so I could, and I had to stay in their house.
Yeah.
There were 9 girls in that house.
Wow.
And Mara and I were very close.
Yeah.
And then the weekend that she'd come to our house, her dad would sneak her in at our house
Yeah.
at dark so we could spend time at our house.
That's pretty cool.
So that's kind of how they worked together, my dad
Yeah.
and her dad. So, and I'd give anything to see her again.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I know most of the girls all graduated and went to college. I think several went to New York and Boston.
Mm-hmm.
They all like medical.
Yeah.
So, and I would give anything to see her
Yeah.
and to get Myra to meet her because
Yeah.
she was just a really warm person.
Do you remember her last name at all?
Butler.
Butler?
Yeah.
So Myra Butler.
Yeah, because she wasn't born under the Butler name, but
Mm-hmm.
when Butler met Letha, that her mother's name was Letha,
Mhm.
she worked at the Bartow Hospital.
Yeah.
She was a prenatal nurse,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband walked out and left her with 9 children.
Jeez.
And one day, my dad and he went into this little country store to cash their check, and she was standing there. They wouldn't give her groceries no more.
Yeah.
She had brought her bill up to like $50. They wouldn't let it go past. And he said, I will pay for her groceries she owes for and the one she's got. That's how they met. And he
Mhm.
raised every one of those kids.
Wow.
And the oldest one at the time was 12.
Yeah.
And he adopted every one